Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Every World is a Tiny Home. This week we are in our brand new world of San Sequoia and we are building, you guessed it, you probably saw this coming from a mile away or 1.6 kilometers. We're building a tiny Craftsman. If you play The Sims 4 or you watch other builders here on YouTube, you've probably seen a lot of this style recently. And for good reason, because with our Growing Together expansion pack, we got a lot of items. Flynn, are you going to join us? Don't be rude. Flynn, we got a lot of Craftsman style items for build mode. Yes, we did. So one of the reasons that makes this the perfect style to represent this world. If you take a look around San Sequoia, which is basically designed to be the San Francisco of the Sims world. In these little neighborhoods, you'll find a lot of Craftsman style homes. So this was basically a no-brainer to build a Craftsman to represent this world. But this isn't any old Craftsman. Well, I mean, I did want it to have an older feeling, but I kind of challenged myself with this home. This is a tier 2 tiny home, which, I mean, that doesn't sound impressive. But with representing this world and with this being a family-based expansion pack, this had to be a family home. So this is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom home, and it features obviously a main bedroom, and then we have a nursery. So infants just came to base game for free, but that's a huge focus around this expansion pack. And I will say, if you want to have this start off as a newborn's room, you can just easily take that crib and replace it with a bassinet. There's room in there. You can put a toddler bed. I mean, really, this house could serve 3 Sims for their entire lifespan. It's small, but there's a decent amount of room in here. I never really like making things too cramped. So it's like, yes, could I have made this a 3-bedroom house? Probably. But I always put myself into these houses in my mind. It's like, can I live here? This house, yes, I could make this work, but I don't know. In The Sims 4, like, yes, you can squish a lot of stuff into very tight spaces, and with playtesting, things can work. But even me, like, playtesting those kind of things, I'm just like, oh, I'm getting claustrophobia just playtesting this. I like there to be enough room for my Sims to move around and not make it seem like it's unrealistic. So this is a good functional space, I feel like, and 2 bedrooms do very well for a 64 by 64. Although I got this, it's a 62 by 64. 62 tiles of 64 tiles. Woohoo! I came in under 2 tiles under, which is impressive because usually I use up all the spaces. And I could have for a chimney and putting a fireplace in here. I decided against that. I know typically this style of home inside would have a fireplace, but this place is so small. You can, like I said, you can put it in if you want where the TV is, but it's just, I didn't like how cramped it felt, and it wasn't like, I don't know. I didn't like how that would feel by putting that in. And I do say, so this is a Craftsman home, and I was really going for kind of that original Craftsman. And when I say original Craftsman homes were built from around 1900 to 1930. It's a very specific time frame. And then any other homes that were built in this style aren't considered original Craftsmans, but yeah, the term is used Craftsman style, or one that you probably hear is modern Craftsman. I really wanted this to feel older, but I wanted it to also feel like someone came in here and did a little bit of updating. So, I mean, the exterior looks pretty close to like the original. We got the low pitched roofs. We have the big overhangs. We have our Craftsman brackets. And then kind of the things that are more towards modern Craftsman, I noticed. So I did this house in a blue color. Traditionally, these homes were in earth tones and more subdued. So I figured, you know what, someone came in, put a fresh coat of paint on this house. They wanted it to look revived and newer. And then the other interesting thing with this pack was that we got Craftsman columns, but the Craftsman columns are more modernized, as I would say. 'Cause traditionally, Craftsman columns are tapered. So if you watched my California bungalow home video, you can go back and watch that. Those columns that came with Get Famous are more traditional Craftsman columns. So you got like those little elements, like maybe they replaced the columns, they just needed replacing. And then on the inside, I wanted it to feel somewhat outdated, but yet at the same time, like there's been some updates done. So like the whole kitchen, living area, I wanted that to feel slightly outdated. So we got like an older tile in there, and then we got like the kind of wood paneling in there. And then I wanted the kitchen to feel like slightly older, slightly outdated. And I like it because it gives it like a really cozy feeling. And then going into the bedrooms are just like basic paint on the walls with crown molding. And then the bathroom obviously is not like a bathroom you'd find in the early 1900s. It's been renovated and it's new and updated. And then that was using the bathroom set that we got with our Growing Together expansion pack. I tried to use a lot of those elements from that expansion to kind of represent this world. That's usually what I try to do. And then stuff that we got for buy mode in this expansion was a lot of, I want to say like random different styles. There's not really one specific style. It's very eclectic. And then, like I said, I tried to use a lot of that on the inside. And I actually really liked how that master bedroom turned out. I say master. It's not, doesn't have a bathroom attached to it. So it's just the main bedroom. I like how that turned out. I wanted to have like this platform for plants in the background because it's a kind of weird long bedroom. And I did that for the reason of being able to use those dressers in there and having enough room for the Sims to move around. But I also didn't want it to be just this basic bedroom. So I used those console tables, or like console tables, is that what they call them? I put those behind the bed and I lined that with a bunch of plants because then we have the window right there, and I'm like, oh yeah, that would just make it feel super cozy. And then yeah, an eclectic slash kind of like boho-esque feeling to that. It's just, I don't know, like I said, it's got a lot of eclectic pieces with that expansion, and it's challenging for me to do eclectic because I think in my last videos I said one of my last videos I said I'm very matchy when it comes to things. It's just me. But doing eclectic pieces and different styles together is a lot of fun, and I really should be doing more of it. So that was fun doing that with this build. And then of course on the exterior, I had to put the treehouse item in. I did not put the built version in because I kind of figured this might be a family's first home, and then you have the fun of building the treehouse for your kid, and I wanted to leave it like that. It's just kind of like something fun to work towards if you put this build in your game. Yes, Glenn, do you want to play in the treehouse? Yes, you do. Well, with that said, and with somebody getting a little bit grumpy, we are going to say our goodbyes, and thank you so much for hanging out with us, everyone. We really appreciate you being here, and we hope you have an amazing week, and we'll see you in our next video, everyone. Bye! Let me be your mind. There we will find the beats for this dream. Not too far from the heart, there's a star. Oh, have me as a reminder when it stings. When you're busy growing up.